Well, at that point, you're not covered under anything. And next level will go after you to get the entirety of that. Whatever the damage was, okay, not that ever happened, except it did. Isn't that crazy that happened with little swans?
Yeah, to this day.
I haven't heard about something.
It's happened before?
Yeah, somebody took their plane, teammates.
Oh, yeah,
Case bag. They don't know how to switch the fuel, pitch ran out of fuel, and they on the 76. And then he threw the kilo.
I've seen, see, we're not in.
Did you guys see what happened?
There's the one with the boat.
Jason?
You know, the.
Yeah. It was shut down for
Captain, yeah.
landing gear problem?
Yeah.
Private jet had some landing gear problem. That was on takeoff though, right? The
Yeah.
ground, yeah. It was shut down for hours. I took it to the ski shut. So, look, there was a bunch of like rescue vehicles.
See what? That's why it's among pirates.
This is flight rating. Ultimate jet. Yeah, this right here is Charlie 3. So I got
You know, there's places in like, I don't know, I think like Russia where you can pay to go onto a boat
Oh, I heard
and
that.
it'll like take you out and do like
go to Somalia.
target practice with the
Like
smaller
running
pirates. Yeah, pretty
Do
crazy.
target practice?
Yeah, like you can pay for that excursion.
So you go on a boat that looks nice, and then like you hope that the pirates try to rob you, so you could.
You have to be on the
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Interesting worlds we live in.
Like, and Paul was still there.
I don't have any stories like that, but somebody this morning tried to trade me a pit bull for a $400 card, Pokemon card.
A dog?
Yeah, they tried to trade me a dog for a card.
Do you take it?
I mean, I want to, but like, I already have a dog in my house, so I can't take another.
Why not?
You have a $400.
Doesn't want friends?
I have a more expensive.
Wait, what's your most expensive Pokemon card?
Right now 600, but I had one that was like 1400.
Not like 700?
Huh?
Not like 700 or 700?
600, yeah. What did I say?
700?
I used to have
Like
$700.
Like 6 or 7?
Yeah. I don't understand this 6-7 humor, whatever you guys are trying to talk about. But I sold it, so I don't have that option now.
Yeah.
You guys are laughing, but I'm making money,
6,700.
straight cash. So
Or
the Wall Street Journal put out an article saying that Pokemon cards are a better investment than the S&P 500, than Meta, than most crypto. Yeah, tell me it's the way to go.
Wow. That was so fun.
Pokemon cards.
Mhm.
Honestly, what is it? True North? Not Rockstar, the other company that is with Rockstar. We gotta buy some of that.
I don't even know what that is.
The company that makes Grand Theft Auto.
Oh.
Like, it's coming out next year.
I'll see myself out.
So
Haven't they been trying to release that for like months or like
Years.
it's been over a decade. So I think if we get in there right now and then the release is next year. Make a couple bucks.
Maybe a good idea.
Couple
All right,
Really good shit.
so here is our options for today. One, we talk about clouds, because I know there's somebody that wants to talk about clouds. Two, we do another weight and balance just for the practice. Three, we could look at the maintenance logbooks and fill out the maintenance logbook sheet. So I don't think we've done that unless you guys have done that with Ally.
Oh,
So maybe that would be a good thing to do.
fill out the maintenance log?
Yeah, so for every check ride, every phase check, you have to show the airplane's airworthy, right? So you have to have the required documents, which are what?
Airworthiness, registration, radio license if international, operating, weight and balance.
Weight and balance. Okay, so that's all the documents, but then you also have to meet the required maintenance which is gonna be what acronym? All the inspections,
Oh,
APAs.
AIDS.
and that is,
Why are you? I answered the first one.
You did not.
No.
kind of yes, but
Already directed.
we use service bulletins, so that'll be the S, service bulletin slash AD.
Annual,
Annual, yes,
VOR,
VOR,
100 hours with plans to something like that,
for hire,
for hire. Altimeter plus pilot static?
altimeter slash pitot-static system, yes,
You read transponder,
transponder,
PLT,
ELT,
and safety bulletins.
safety or service bulletin, yes. So for the airplane to be airworthy, all those have to be done. So before every phase check, every check ride, you need to show up and have the maintenance logbooks and be like, all right, this airplane is airworthy. The annual is done on this date. It's not due until this date. The 100-hour was done on this hops time. It's not due until this hops time. And go through all the maintenance to show that it's airworthy. So that could seem like a pretty daunting task if you've never looked at the maintenance logbooks, but it's really not that bad. So is that something we would want to do?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Cool.
And then they use term, I heard from the CIs, in order to see if I use correctly, I need to swap the airplane up and come back.
Did I hear that a lot?
So the term squawk, what it means is there is something wrong with the plane, something that is detrimental to the safety of flight. We want to squawk or report this problem and ground the plane until it's fixed. So squawking is essentially when you ground the airplane because there's a problem. It kind of like puts it in the system, so maintenance, they see it and they'll be like, oh, yeah, this is a problem. We'll have maintenance look at it, maintenance will look at it, and then they'll unsquawk it or unground it. Yeah. You also hear the word squawk used with your transponder. So like squawk 1200, squawk 7500. Same word, just used differently. One's for like maintenance and grounding the plane, the other's for your transponder. So, if we want, we can go into the maintenance logbook stuff. Is everybody wanting to do that, or are there any disagreements?
I mean, if we have to do that during a check ride, it makes sense that we go through it.
But do we want to do that first, or is there anybody that thinks something else takes priority? Do it first. Cool. In that case, I want everybody, I want to do the same thing. I want to break up into groups of 3. So it should be 4 or 5 groups of 3, maybe a group of 4. And then per group, I want you to grab one of the maintenance sheets. It's in the break room where all the other papers are. If you like find the one that has annual 100-hour VOR, I want one of those per group. Ready, go. I'm gonna grab the maintenance logbooks.
What's up, Colin?
Weather services view and like look at anything of the weather.
Oh, no. Hello. Where you learning this? You have money for the you have metal each one, right?
Okay, yeah, I got. Okay.
Yeah, but at least I know what more, but what is like more like, you know, it's like a stuff.
I know that you got up.
Okay, so if you wanted that, so that field.
Yes, I mean, so I'm probably that right, that's right, though.
Alrighty, do any of you youngsters that are technologically advanced know a way that I can show it's here? Like I know in school, we used to have those little like cameras that point down and then
Yeah, you're right on.
project, but
Hit the camera and point it and show the screen.
that's a good idea. Okay, thank you, youngster.
Just hold it under. Go slow.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm gonna try my best here.
Hold it in your mouth.
No.
Did I cover your matcha?
Can do that. Here, hold on. I have to reload really quick and then I'll figure it out.
No, that's it.
Oh,
Is that just plain matcha?
no, matcha is.
What do you mean plain
Like, is
matcha?
it like,
Right.
you have any like flavors or anything in it?
Just matcha?
Do you get the cold foam?
No?
It's not a good time.
It's the line
It's chemical and stuff.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I can do this. I don't know if this is.
There you go.
Okay,
I think that deal is the thing. That'd be really smart.
Oh, yeah.
sorry, the table's kind of dirty. Oh, this is perfect. Look at that. Okay. So there are 3 books. You're gonna have the engine logbook. You're gonna have a airframe logbook, and then you'll have a propeller logbook. So looking at our maintenance sheet, you'll see there's a spot at the top to write the tail number. So go ahead and write 7878 Sierra. Now, what is the next line underneath that?
Current hogs.
Current Hobbs. So at this point, before doing this, you'd want to go and look at the current Hobbs time. We'll leave that blank for right now.
Did you get it on?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to log in to do that, or if you want to give me the time to log in and do that, that's bear with me. What is after that?
Next 100 hours due.
So we won't be able to do that until we actually go through the whole thing. What about after that?
Regarded annual and 100 hours inspections 91.409.
All right, the current Hobbs is 1354.9. I'm actually just gonna grab a sheet for myself, so I don't have to keep asking what's.
Next 100 hours. Blessings.
Well, these are the, so that one's, I don't know.
Reinforcing something.
Yeah, but I don't know. So where do are the logbooks like in Mary's office? Or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I assume they would give it to you before the check, right?
Yeah, so if you want to check them out on your own, you have to bring some sort of collateral like car keys or ID, because if these get lost, that's a very bad day. The plane is like pretty much done for. They might as well take it to the scrapyard and never fly it again, because you need this. Okay, maybe not that big of a deal, but you need this to fly. So yeah, but for check ride and face check, they'll just give it to you. Just make sure you bring it back. Okay. So first we have the airframe, 100-hour and annual when it was inspected. So if you go into this one and you start to flip through it, you'll see all these stickers, right? And if you look right here, you can see there's one sticker that says the 100-hour airframe inspection. So what I like to do is go to the very back where the last sticker is placed, which is right here. And when you look at that, we have the 100-hour airframe inspection. Right here is going to be where all of the notes of like pretty much what they did. But the 100-hour airframe inspection was done on a Hobbs time of 1280.8. 1280.8. Does everybody see that? I'm sorry, it's kind of blurry, but you would put that in the airframe 100 hours when it was inspected. So 1280.8. Cool?
Yeah.
Cool. Next, we have the annual for the airframe. When you look at that, it's right next to it. The annual was done on July 2nd, 2025. Oh, sorry, this is bad. No, it's too blurry,
It
but
still gives us an idea, like, we know where to look, so watching you do it, I don't think it would be that.
okay. So 7/2/2025. Okay. Now, if the to the right of that for the due date for 100-hour and annual, if the 100-hour for the airframe was inspected at 1280.8, when will the 100-hour be due? 1380.8. So let's go ahead and write that down. Is everybody tracking that? If the annual was done on 7/2/2025, when will the annual be due? Are they months or calendar months? Calendar months. So when is it due? So what's the last day of July? 31st. So 7/31/2026.
You never told that?
All right, so look at that. Airframe done. We have the 100-hour and annual when it was done, and then the 100-hour and annual when it's due. So that's it. Done for the annual or for the airframe. Next, we have to do the propeller.
Yeah.
So we go over to our propeller log. Once again, we'll open it up. We'll go to the very last page where the stickers were. And then we see that there is a 50 hours. So at Sling, we do 50-hour inspections as well as a 100-hour. The 50-hour is not required. The FAA only requires the 100-hour, but we do a 50-hour for just extra safety. So this 50-hour, I don't know if anybody can see when was the 50-hour done?
September 12th, 2025.
Yes, but does that matter? Does the date matter when an hourly check was done? So when 1330.4. So we could write that down for propeller 100-hour. Sometimes you'll see a 50-hour, you'll see a 100-hour, you'll see a 25-hour. You'll only see the 5 and 25-hour when the propeller was just installed. After that, you'll see 50-hour and 100-hour.
Said 5 and 25?
Yeah, so like they'll do a new propeller was installed during the 12-month, the annual. a new propeller was installed. So right here, we have an initial 5-hour propeller inspection. So you'll see a 5-hour and then you'll see the initial 25-hour after new propeller was installed. But after that, you'll only see 50 or 100.
Out of curiosity, when was this one installed?
It was installed on July 2nd, 2025 at 1180.7 Hobbs time.
Oh, what year is this aircraft made? I heard we got like, oldest aircraft is 2020, is that true?
So the ground and flight test was done on May 30th, 2024. So it's a little over a year old. Cool. So going back for a propeller, we have our 50-hour was done at 1,330.4 on the Hobbs hour. So when would it be due? When would the 100-hour be due?
1430.4.
Does everybody agree? Cool, so we can put that. Now let's find the annual. So we have the 50-hour, a 50-hour, another 50-hour, the initial 25, initial 5, and then the 12-month conditional, which is going to be the sticker right here. Oh, it's so blurry. But 12-month conditional, this is when it was installed, but this is the date we would put for the annual when it was inspected. If there's no date of when it was inspected, because it's so new, you would put the date that it was installed. So this date is July 2nd, 2025. So 7/2/2025 for the propeller annual. When will the propeller annual be due? 7/31/26. So this is what we have so far, right? Now we go to the engine. So that'll be in the other logbook. What page do I go to? Last page. So this one is a little complicated. And I asked dispatch for one that wasn't complicated, but this is the one they gave me. The 100-hour engine. We see this sticker over here is an EGT sensor and oil change. So we'll go back a page and boom, here we are. This one right here. 100-hour engine inspection was done on 1280.8. So when will the 100-hour be due for the engine? 1380.8. This is actually a really bad example. So normally we would see a sticker for 12-month conditional, right? So with this plane, our mechanic or whoever did it in Torrance and signed off on it, did not put the sticker in. So we don't have the sticker in. So they sent us this, which you won't see often. This is the first time I've ever seen this. But it pretty much says that the annual was done in conjunction with the 100-hour. So what we'll put is I believe for this one, we'll just put the date of the 100-hour. So 8/19/2025. So the annual for the engine was 8/19/25. So when will the annual for the engine be due? 8/31/2026. So as everybody's looking like this. Everybody caught up, everybody understands. And then I could pass the logbooks around for like 5-10 minutes once we're done, so you can each like take a turn looking at it and like locating these stickers. What do we have next? Altimeter and pedostatic. That inspection is due how often? 24 calendar months, yep.
And that's in far, is that to?
It's, yeah, it's for,
Still something we check.
yes. So this one, pretty much the rest of them, the altimeter, the transponder, and the ELT should all be in the airframe book. And usually they're tabbed, which makes it easy. But what I like to do once again is start from the very back and go through and look for each one. So let's see, we're looking for the pedostatic system. See it? This sticker usually looks a little different than these. So here's the ELT check one, right? But sometimes you have to read between the lines. So we'll start with the ELT one first, since I see it right here. So our 12-month conditional, which we know is done on July 2nd, 2025. If you read through it, performed ELT functional check in accordance with ACR RTEX 345 operation manual, blah, 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 blah. So sometimes you have to read in here to see when things were done. And the ELT was, the functional check was done on this, this date. So July 2nd, 2025. So for the ELT, when it was inspected, we'll do 7/2/25. Everybody tracking with that? So when is the inspection due for the ELT? 27?
Every 12 months, replace battery at 50% life.
So remember, it's the 1 to 1.5. So we have 12 calendar months, 1 hour of cumulative use, or half of battery life. So when is the inspection due for the ELT if it was done on 7/2/25?
7/2 or 7/31/26.
7/31/26. Does that make sense? Because it's calendar months, right? Not regular months.
For the inspection, 7/31.
So the inspection is due 7/31/26. For the ELT battery, remember the half of battery life, 50% of battery life is its shelf life. So what we have to do is we have to look and read in a little more. ELT battery expiration, April 2031. So the ELT battery is good until April 2031. So we'll put that date. We'll just put April 2031.
And so that date is what we consider half its shelf.
No, so that is its shelf life. The mechanics are just going to see this date and be like, okay, we need to replace it half of its battery life. So from when it was in April 2031,
So like 2028, they'll replace it.
they'll probably replace it around there. Yeah. So now we should be looking like this. Good. Good. Cool. Now let's find the pedostatic system. There's actually a little tab right here that says static and transponder. And this is what this sticker is going to look like. The altimeter and pedostatic system and the transponder will be on one sticker that looks like this. If you read through it, static pressure system was inspected and tested, and the altimeter instrument was calibrated an altitude of up to 20,000 feet in compliance with FAR 91-411. The ATC transponder was tested and inspected in compliance with FAR 91-413, blah, 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 blah. Automatic altitude reporting equipment was tested and calibrated. Yeah. So this sticker is saying that the altimeter and pitot-static system and transponder were both tested. So the date for this is 5/24/24, May 24th, 2024. And you're going to put that one for both the transponder and the altimeter pitot-static system. So we should be looking like this now. Good. Okay, so when is the altimeter pitot-static system and transponder due? 24 calendar months, so that would put us at a date of
5/31/26.
5/31/26. And that's going to be for both of them. Everybody looking like this?
Yeah.
Cool. So the only other thing we have left is the VOT, and that's the test for our VOR. VOT is a type of VOR check. There's different types of VOR checks, but the one we do is the VOT. Is that required for VFR for private pilot? No. So do you have to do it? No, but it's a good idea to know how to do it. The VOT check is not in any of these little books. They're going to be in the binder that you get when you check out the plane that has the keys in it. There's going to be a page in there with a VOT check. So I'm going to grab that and pass these around. But before we do that, the next 100 hour is due in how many hours? So we're at, what is it, 1354.9 current Hobbs time. And the next 100 hours due 1380.8. So in 25.9 hours, the next 100 hours due. Typically, they try to do all of them on the same day. Same day and same Hobbs time to be able to keep it consistent. But because a new propeller was installed recently, that's why it's at 1430.4. So normally it was probably the same day up until they installed a new propeller.
Now, when they do that 100 hour, are they gonna do just the propeller or are they gonna do it for everything, do you think?
They should do it for everything on the same day. But because they're different, it's probably going to be a little bit of an offset. So the next one they'll probably just do for the airframe and the engine, because those are both due on 1380.8. The propeller is going to be the one that's maybe a little different. So it's going to be kind of offset, not on the same day.
So what do you think they replaced the propeller like within the year?
Could have had
Strikers.
Could have had not the strike. Strike will mess up the engine too. So probably just worn down some chips. The paint's coming off, something like that. Something that's not fixable that they can't just fill. It's something that they just had to replace it.
Do they get worn out like pretty often like that?
In the training environment, yeah, because things kick up all the time. You pass behind another airplane, they're blowing stuff back. You start the engine, it pulls stuff from in front of you. So it's probably just naturally worn out.
2 years?
I can't give a timeline. It's just probably dependent on the environment it's flown in and how often it's flown. Yeah, so this is where we're at with this. We have everything filled out. All we have to do is go to the maintenance or to the aircraft binder and look at the VOT check. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go grab that. you can all, I guess how we'll do it is we'll start here. If you guys wanna pass this one along. If you guys wanna pass this one along. You guys wanna pass this one along, and then once it gets to the end of the row, pass it back to the next row. The back row will bring it to the front. Just so everybody can see the books. And take your time with that, really try to find where the stickers are, so you can see what we wrote down, and actually see it physically in the book.
So this is.
Yeah, so just go to the last page, basically.
So in the older, you start at the end and spot it.
Yeah, because that's when you really, just go to the last page.
So, probably so that.
Yeah, this is-
This is back on business yet.
This is. Okay, yeah, January, color.
This is the way. So there's something here.
Is everybody having a great time looking at the books?
We're making the most out of it.
Cool.
So Corey, to be clear, we could have that filled out before the check ride though, right?
Yeah, definitely. You wanna have the books with you, and the
Right.
DPE might say, point it out to me. But this is gonna be an easy, good guide. You already know what the dates are, so you just open it up to the sticker. You can have the pages tabbed. Make it easy for yourself. Like you should have it tabbed, have it filled out. So when you get to your check ride, you just go to the tab, open it up, boom, there it is. It was done on this date, it's due this date, on to the next.
It took a lot of history out of it. Now, what about the safety service bulletin?
The service bulletins, remember, those are on, who issues them?
That would be the company, the manufacturer.
Manufacturer, right? So what, who's the manufacturer? Who puts the planes together? Yeah, Rotax is the engine manufacturer, but who puts the planes together? Sling. So if we go to.
Yeah.
We go to their website.
Okay, so it's not gonna be,
All their planes will have the airworthiness directives like printed, like in the maintenance logbooks. Service bulletins you will only find on here.
so we don't really have APs.
Uh,
We're just gonna go on.
no, we don't have ADs now.
So we're gonna go on service.
Because it's a light sport aircraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it won't be on Sling Pilot Academy, it'll be on Sling Aircraft. Under service bulletins, or technical documents, service bulletins, and you'll have a list of everything that there is for the sling. And you have all the airplanes over here, Sling LSA, Sling 2, the 4, TSI, High Wing.
So ours would be the Sling LSA. And-
Yep, Sling LSA or Sling 2, but I think most of what we have is Sling LSA.
And, so is that something we're gonna be showing to the DPP that? You can make a. Or is that,
No, because it's not mandatory.
okay,
Yeah. If we were flying a Cessna or the Duchess, then you would have to show them any airworthiness directives.
okay.
Has everybody gotten to see the books yet? A few more minutes.
Is it next week we're doing the term?
I don't know if next week, I think he's ready to do it. He was ready to do it that day, but I needed to get him a list. So today I'm emailing him the list I have. Yeah. And it's a really tight space up there, so they only want 2 or 3 people at a time. So what I'm thinking of how we'll do it is I think he wants to do it closer to 11 a.m. So maybe what we'll do is for the week or 2 that we're doing tower tours, we'll try to get through everything and end class like 30-ish, 20-30 minutes early. So then the 2 people can go up there and do them. If you don't have a flight after or at 11 a.m. So
That's gonna be nice. I've been wanting to go in that tower.
it's really cool. It's the best experience ever.
You got it.
For those of you that can't go, I apologize.
Casey, at least take a video for her, all right?
No videos. Everyone's,
never mind.
yeah, none of that.
We can watch our stuff for us.
You can be there in spirit.
I'll draw it out for you.
Wait, did you ask about the green card?
No.
I have not yet. I'm doing that when I email him. So yeah, for those of you that can't be there, this is essentially what it looks like. Like this one's really big. It is not that big up there. It's probably like this, to be honest. Yeah. But I will ask about the green card when I email him.
Sure.
Yes. So this paper is.
So that's
part
a
of this
very
protocol.
rare occurrence.
Because you didn't put the sticker.
It seems like there should be an envelope stuck to it that it goes
Yeah.
in, because if you lose this, it's like losing this, isn't it? Like,
If we lose that, they'll just email it over like they did to that one.
yeah,
But it should be a sticker.
uh-huh,
So you're gonna hear the term 12-month annual. And then, or 12 calendar month annual and then 12 calendar month conditional. So the difference is that because we are a light sport experimental, or if you like home build an airplane, you won't have a 12-month annual, you'll have a conditional.
yeah.
And the difference is just the type of aircraft, right? So if the aircraft is type certified, there'll be a 12-month annual. If it's home built or experimental, it will be a conditional. So with the conditional, the reason why that's in the book is because from how I understand it is the 100-hour is done like in conjunction with the 12-month conditional. But because they forgot to annotate it in in like the notes section of that sticker. It was done, they just didn't annotate it, so they sent us that. Pretty much is just as proof saying the conditional is done with the 100-hour. Yeah, I don't fully understand it because we've never run into that problem. But most you will see a 12-month conditional sticker in there. That's just a mess up on their end.
So I have a question for you. So, you were talking about a type rating. I know the Icon 5, I believe it has a road tax engine as well. And
That's like that water plane, right?
Yeah.
Those are cool.
yeah, and they have a version that they got passed through the FAA that's has a type rating or whatever on it. And so my question is, does that, what, that means you have to be specially trained to fly?
So keep in mind, there's a difference between being like type certified and a type rating.
Oh,
So
okay.
type rating means that you have to pretty much be checked out, do a check ride for this specific aircraft
Right,
to be able to fly this. So you're essentially getting a new license for that aircraft. Type certified, when you hear that phrase, is referring to, all right, we have this airplane right here. All these components, all this equipment, the configuration of everything is what makes this airplane a 172 or this airplane a Piper Cherokee. So those are
okay.
type certified, meaning that whatever equipment it has in it is what makes it that plane. Anytime they add new equipment or take out or upgrade new equipment, like with the Duchess, we had to do this. It was type certified. Actually, this is a good example. All the equipment in it, it was type certified. Like this is what makes it a Duchess. They added little tinted visors, like sun visors, and that changed the equipment that makes it a Duchess. So they had to do a supplemental type certificate, STC, pretty much saying this new equipment was added, so the airplane was modified. Now this is what makes it a Duchess. When they added the G5 and GTM 650, they're upgrading the avionics. They had to get a supplemental type certificate saying this stuff was added, modifying it from the previous existing equipment.
Mhm.
So now this STC is what makes this Duchess a Duchess.
Okay. So with the Icon 5, I think it needed that type certification to international, to be able to use it internationally. So that's all it is just saying it's an Icon 5, this is the equipment. Okay.
Icon aircraft. So it does make it it is a light sport aircraft. Benefit of being type certified in the primary category by FAA, which allows it. So what I see from just this alone, and this is the difference between LSA and type certified. So while it is a light sport aircraft, all the equipment and systems it has been reviewed by the FAA to make it fully compliant with all applicable requirements for the primary category aircraft. So from what I see from this Icon A5, although it's a light sport, the FAA has Icon probably worked with the FAA to, get their self approved saying you can operate under the rules of any other general aviation aircraft.
So they probably have AVs and whatnot.
Probably, yeah. So a type rating, and this is in 6131, you need additional training and authorization, so essentially like another license. But a type rating is required when you act as pilot in command of any of the following aircraft. A large aircraft, and what do they consider a large aircraft? Anything more than 12,500 pounds max certified takeoff weight. Turbojet powered airplanes, powered lift. So if we look at the definition of powered lift means a heavier than air aircraft capable of vertical takeoff, vertical landing, and low speed flight. So probably a helicopter, right? Other aircraft specified by the administrator through aircraft type certificate procedure. So when you need a type aircraft, any aircraft more than 12,500 pounds certified max takeoff weight, turbojet powered aircraft, powered lift, so like helicopters or anything that the FAA says you need a type rating for.
So you wouldn't need a type rating for an icon.
I don't believe so. From what I see on here, you would not need a type rating because it is not turbojet powered, right? It's not a jet engine.
Right.
Doesn't look more than 12,500 pounds. And unless the FAA says you need one, so that might be the only reason why you need one, is if the FAA says you need a type rating for this aircraft. Cool.
Awesome.
Okay, before we go on a break, let's take a look at this. So we have our binder, and then you're gonna see this page, right? It's gonna be the VOR equipment check-in. It says the different types of VOR checks, right? There's 5 listed here. And then it says the air allowed for them. And then it must be completed in the previous 30 days for operating IFR. So looking here, the last one was done on June 11th, 2025 at KSEE type check. It was a VOT. The air was 0 and 0. We don't have a second VOR, so we only do it for here. And then a signature. This was done by Kellen and his rating. So based off the 30-day rule, if we were flying IFR using VORs, would we need to do another VOR check or no? Yes. For your private pilot check ride, do you need to do one? No. I wouldn't really go too in depth to the types of VOR checks, but there's an acronym we use, and you'll need to know this for instrument, called DEPS. So you have everything that needs to be on this log: date, air, place, signature. Those are the 4 things that need to be on the maintenance sheet for the VOR check. Good.
Yeah, is there the squawk page, where would we see that?
There is no squawk page. It's done internally through Flight Schedule Pro. So if you want to do that, if you want to look at that, we can go do that really quick before going on a break. Just see log in. Sweet. So you can only do this on the browser. Can't do it on the app. But when you're on the schedule, let's just say look at one of these that are down, 5, 6, 7, 8 Bravo. You click on there, and then the squawk was created. It says the date, the actual notes for the squawk. The aircraft is grounded and it's awaiting review. You can click the attachments and it's going to pull up the picture or any additional information that the instructor or dispatch posted with the squawk. You could see the current hobs, next maintenance when it's due. how many hours it has left on it. And then maintenance reminders, so the 12-month conditional is due in 12 days. The fire extinguisher is due in 3 days, not a required, maintenance schedule by the FAA. But if you look in our KOEL, or kinds of operation equipment list, the fire extinguisher is required by the manufacturer, so it has to be updated. We can look at closed squawks, so here's some other squawks that the plane had. Gives the date, gives the description, and then whether the issue was verified and fixed and that it was closed out. Cool?
Yep.
Cool. Let's go ahead and come back at 10:20.
That's what I think. Touching. I have, that's like good circle. Cause I was happy to go right to when she got there and, you know, like. So, that's the time of you, right?
Yeah.
Learning new, you know?
Yeah, I did,
Yeah.
I was very, it's something. Like. I love that,
She's struggling, he's extremely struggling.
Yeah.
It's good to switch off once in a while.
yeah.
Very good, read
Yeah, it's like, you're setting up for it again,
Key things,
and then don't change it again, just stick with it.
yeah,
You know, push your,
that,
I'm done. Okay. Okay, well, he's
Yeah.
pretty, like it.
no, he's, yeah, like you said, once to turn final, say once, it's pretty easy. Just getting the right bang, the right speed, the right altitude.
Yeah. Set yourself right, and then they're like, just follow the recipe, right?
Yeah. Keeping this blue going to go around, it's scary.
Yeah. And they want to see that. I think you can understand, right? Things up with it, and you just try to save it. It's not, that's not any kind of for you, right?
No.
Just go around. Mhm.
And I'm ready for stick, like, when you sit, I'm so used to my next thing, the little six thing on the, okay.
I remember like when mine shift. I would track it every day, and then all the data that it was up for, no, we would track it up every 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's track mine, but it's.
The,
Yeah, they said it was shit. Yeah, Friday, no,
oh. That means like you can set it up for the weekend and then.
so I won't have the plate,
Oh, yeah.
so let's be checking plates. She says I didn't order it. Clams.
I want you to listen to my radio host.
What do you feel like?
Legendary.
This is my Lord.
Oh, okay, and now- I'm gonna be in the pattern like 8 minutes.
No, don't do that. Wait, I could theoretically respond to you, but then I get hella trouble.
Yeah. But isn't it really easy like to lift a blind?
Oh, I haven't logged. Cause
Oh, okay, maybe that's really good.
I don't wanna accidentally like.
Wait, what is your handheld look like? Oh, it's a one pair and make it breathe.
Dude,
And this, oh, hey, can you put 125?
yeah, you hold it down and then it automatically.
It's really cool, like,
I choose to get to the
yeah, what's the range of this?
Huh?
Like, how far is it? Next.
Go to the coastal area.
Wait, so do you know how to use it though, in case you had to use it though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Is it pretty straightforward?
yeah, you just turn around, put.
Make sure it's on the right,
I
yeah.
ordered the adapter so I can connect my headset to
And
it.
what's the
Sure.
what's the
Oh,
budget
nice.
car by?
It's 15.
And it's like, yeah,
Did you know that with this you can turn on the airport light system?
oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Also, any radio.
I feel if it was nighttime, I would ask you to demonstrate, but.
We go like to
Turn up lights.
Usually at 9 p.m. they close the airport, so you're going to be on patrol. So you have 357. You can turn on like a Christmas tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I was on the cross country long cut like ferry flights from San Diego to Pensacola in Florida, but me and my friend was so bored to flying. All these men are often for their boys, they're not sweet for Christmas stuff. Having people flying in the airports. It's a good practice.
Nice. Chaz,
Usually.
do you have a preference or a favorite for a night cross country? Because I was told, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, because we're all going for commercial, it's actually better to do night cross countries versus day because eventually you have to have a certain amount of night cross country or hours, or is that?
Not now. Not now. As a student pilot, after you got your PPL, yes, I would highly recommend you all night cross country
Oh, okay,
because you can unlock PSE.
yeah,
Everything's about PSE. Yeah. That's why you, I'll just get the PPL minimum requirements as fast as possible, get it done, so you can after go because you need 50 hours. If you do 61 instrument commercial, you need 50 hours of PSE percent. At night, you say for some hours. For the ADV, I think 300 hours night lunch, 500 cross country usually. Yeah, more than a lot of stuff is coming up. So think about like first PPL and then you can think about it.
oh, think about that, okay.
Yeah.
When you studied for the written test, for PPL, did you have like a certain strategy that you used or?
Well, for me, it's more like get it done as soon as possible. So that
Oh,
was
okay.
just clicking and learning, of course, at the same time.
Yeah.
Just keep clicking. That's because the higher score, the next question the exam will ask you. Do you know how to
Right.
check that? For example, did you finish your reading?
Now how it to.
Did you finish your reading?
No, it's good like you wait.
So whatever mistake you do, you see some code on the bottom, the deficiencies code. And then from that, the ACS tab, they open the ACS tab and then you check it as a code and ask them for a specific question. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
So let me get that one. So we have the PPL here project. So this one is the most recent one, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have the old one from websites, if it's FA approved, it should be fine, yeah. So for example, see, can you see those are the coded. So if you do a mistake or specific question on the written test, it won't give you the question, it will give you the top section, okay. So for example, if you go in PA1, this one, I'll remember this code, okay. You go all the way down here. Can you see that?
P1K, yeah, it's
Yeah, whichever, okay?
okay.
And then on your check, right, what you need to understand is this. The examiner will ask you at least blah blah blah. So for example, here you know. So for example, if you did wrong, I like to know weather. Because weather, a lot of people do mistake on that one. Well, for example, like on Signal, for example, this is gonna be showing like this. And then the examiner will lead to this, okay, so that's the question based on like on Signal. So they say, okay, you have lost count, so what would you do? What you need to be careful.
Right, and you already know he's gonna ask you because you got it wrong on the right. So then the less you get wrong, the more
Get 100.
smooth it'll go.
Yeah, just get 100 if you can. So make your life easy.
Right,
100.
okay,
I said that, but it's hard. Don't worry about that. I never had any 100.
goal.
That's the goal, yeah. My lowest was on fundamental instructing was 75%. That was the time when they were updating the new whole question bank on FA.
oh, so you were kind of an experiment.
I was like, dude, I don't even understand that question. Like, I'm like, I was like questioning myself. That's my English was so bad. I like looking at question. And I ask all the people do the same before at the same time. I'm like, dude, me too. I'm so confused. I mean, guys. Guys more like stable now, so it's fine. Yeah. So, how's your training, by the way?
It's going well. I have a question, but I understand like as you make the adjustment, when you get used to what you're doing, when you do sleep turns, do you use trim or no?
It
And
depends.
it depends on the
It
person.
depends. On the Cessna, yes, because it's easier to control. You can
Right,
adjust it
you
right,
just roll it.
roll it up, roll it down, or as you want. But the problem with the motors we have, it doesn't trim right away. It takes time. The motion of the roller, I don't know how many clicks I need to do for the to adjust the trim because the motor, it takes time for the motion. That's
Yeah.
why I'd rather, adjust my aircraft on the cruising, the trim nicely, and then I just need to touch up as it's not heavy as well. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Is there a difference between the Sling 2 and the other one that we use?
LSA versus NGT
Yeah.
versus Sling 2.
Yeah, when you do steep turns or not necessarily?
No, technically,
Oh, okay, good.
there's no like big difference on it. It's still the manufacturer wise is the same, but the only thing with different is the weight. Every time you fly, the weight is not perfect. You know that, right? So for example, if you do it after takeoff, you have let's say a full tank, okay? You do steep turn a full tank and then empty tank, you know that the performance is going to be completely different. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
For example, the heavier you need more power to maintain the aircraft. So consider that when you do whatever maneuvers and when you're shooting the airplanes, wait, how much fuel I have? So for example, if I can ask you weight,
Yeah, it's 170 pounds.
170, and then what Rodrigo?
Yes,
130, 120?
he's probably, I would say 120.
120 is pretty light, right? So hey, general, just looking at that one on your left side is gonna be heavy, right?
Right. Oh, okay. I never even thought of that, but that makes more
Can you
sense.
give me a template? So balancing out is very important. For example, you sit on this side,
Right.
other side, you have 170 here, you have 120 here. So it's obviously a good way of thinking that you should have more fuel on the right tank than the left tank. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because of the distribution.
Yeah, to balance. But let's say you're both at the same time, like 10, you have 270 here and then 220. So obviously when you do steep turns on the left side, what will happen? You'll go down faster. Why?
Because there's more weight on that
It's
side.
not only that, what else? Let your tendency, you need to think about the left.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because you're gonna have to.
Exactly, that's why if you're struggling on the left steep turns, that big why? Because you don't think about the left tendency is active. He has more force going down instead of the up turn.
Yes, then when you do the right steep turn, it's
You
not
have
as
less back pressure.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what see my students, she was struggling about 5 steps, but going faster than the right. That makes sense.
Oh, I have, yeah.
And she's, no respectfully, she's heavier than. That's what she's thinking about. Okay, so left one, you have to wait, you have to let your tendency as
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
Carnivore diet, my best friend already.
Yeah, you need
Loves
to
it.
have a
Yeah.
here and then strong back pressure. No, that's
I mean, it's like the natural way.
Yeah, just remember that if you tendency has no yeah,
No, my best friend.
Yeah, about that. But
I have this.
any other question?
Yeah, keep it going.
No.
Keep everything going.
So let's talk about the efficiency courses.
Huh?
Yeah.
Like.
Wait, okay.
Oh, it's probably.
So.
But like that, we call it.
Yeah, so every time I think that I'm mastering something, like, it's brought up, where it's like, oh, but. I never thought.
Like things like.
Yeah,
No, it's
but then it's like, that makes complete sense.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So it's just more working part, things like. Oh, and Molly.
yeah.
Yeah, they're so good.
Just like your parents have gotten good at.
They say he's in the like, I was like. I just love that. So they know. That's good. So a lot of pasta then.
Alright, how was everybody's week?
Amazing.
Amazing, much needed. Do we feel rejuvenated? So right now we have 30 minutes left. I'm gonna give 3 options. Somebody or a group does a weather briefing, or we go through a weather briefing together. 2, we try to do maybe some like written exam type, like question and answer.
Yes.
Or 3, we do like a pre-so mock oral face check.
Ooh.
Ooh, option.
I think the
Wait,
first.
so tomorrow.
Let me see, show of hands for the mock oral. Show of hands for written exam and stuff.
Written exam.
Tomorrow.
Okay, I think the oral wins, so. Alright. So, do you want it to be like I'm gonna give you options, even more options. 1, I ask questions and we go in order one at a time, so everybody gets to answer. 2, we have like 1 or 2 volunteers that will sit face to face and you'll be the subject of this. Or 3, I just like ran, and you only have 2 options. Everybody gets to answer, or one or 2 people are gonna be up here and everybody else listens.
First one, probably one. First one.
First one,
Second.
so everybody answers.
What was the second one?
First one.
First one.
Okay, show of hands, first answer. Everybody gets a chance to answer.
It's only gonna help you.
What's the maybe?
Second option,
That's
one
how you-
person or 2 people sit up here. Okay, so that's
Holy slow.
okay, so it
Guys
seems
are good on indoors.
more of who wants to be, I want 3 people that will come sit up here.
Why don't you go?
Okay, Vincent, Owen, Ryan. So bring your chairs up here and you're gonna sit and you're gonna face the class. You're not gonna face me.
Oh, are we allowed to fill it out?
Oh, which one? It's on the day up.
The
Free solo
Okay,
quiz.
go online and do that like now.
And just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my iPad, so for a few
Wait,
minutes
says he's saying.
there.
Actually, one.
The pre.
Not
So
free solo.
you can do that.
Yeah,
You can do
yeah.
that out from me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in your background.
I started writing.
No idea.
Are you doing your solo after your face check too?
No, I'm gonna wait till Monday, because my supervisor then just wants to.
Usually that already.
Yeah.
Alright. Are we ready?
Yes.
Alright, welcome to your pre-solo face check. I'm gonna ask you some questions. We only have 30 minutes, so it's gonna be kind of rapid fire. There's 3 outcomes, either pass, satisfactory, unsatisfactory, or discontinuance. If you don't feel good, I don't feel good, or you're just, the weather's bad, we can't go fly, we can discontinue. So we're hoping for satisfactory. We'll see if that's what we get. So we'll start from the left here and just work away across one question at a time. Ryan, so you're a student pilot right now, getting ready to become a private pilot. What are some privileges and limitations as a student pilot? What are you allowed to do? What are you not allowed to do?
Is this pre-still or post-still?
Student pilot. It's technically all the same.
Well, if you have, so say you're going your solo cross country and you plan to go through the Bravo, you'd see if I can give you endorsement to go through it. You can't take passengers.
Oh, you're doing, I heard you're doing a solo cross country to Hemet and have a package that I want you to give to a guy out there. I'll pay you $100. Can you take that with you?
No.
No, why? Because you can't
That's for hire.
fly for higher compensation. Yeah, there's very little privileges for student pilots, but no class Bravo unless you're given the endorsement, no carrying passengers, not flying for compensation or higher. What about some, Vincent, privileges and limitations as a private pilot, since that's what we're working towards?
Private pilot, you paid, like, I think, could charge people up to 50% of the,
Be careful saying charge people.
no, not charge, but share the expenses.
Okay, what's that called?
Right share?
Pro rata share. So that means that if there's 4 people, your pro rata share has to be 25%. Right? So everybody can pay 25%, but you can't pay less than that. Okay, so pro rata share, what else?
You carry passengers.
Carry passengers.
If you did 3 takeoffs and landings in the last 90 days.
Okay,
If it's in a tail dragger, they have to be full stop, because tail dragger is not stable until it's like fully stopped. Oh, you can fly through Bravo, plus Bravo.
with a what?
The if you get a clearance.
Okay.
That's all I could go off the top of my head.
Okay, so you mentioned pro rata share. You can fly through class Bravo with clearance. You can carry passengers, given some certain circumstances that you complete. What about flying for community events or charity or search and rescue? Are you allowed to do those things?
Can you fly for like community events and like charities?
Yeah, so you can, nonprofits, community events, search and rescue, and you can be reimbursed for fuel and oil costs and rental costs. So if search and rescue is looking for a person in the mountains, and they ask you or you volunteer to go do it, you can go do that. What about acting as an aircraft salesman? Can you do that? Can you sell airplanes to somebody? Can you go demo flight an airplane for them with the intent to sell it?
Can say no.
So the answer is yes, but you have to have at least 200 hours. You can act as an aircraft salesman with at least 200 hours. Okay, what about some things you're not allowed to do? Can you fly for higher compensation?
No.
Cool. All right, Owen, so he mentioned the 3 takeoff and landings to carry passengers. Can you go in a little more specific on that?
Yeah, so in a normal daytime conditions in a tricycle landing gear, they are just touch and goes. You need 3 every 90 days. And it's a tail dragger, you need to do full stops, still 3 every 90 days. And if you're at night in both tail draggers or tricycle, you need to do full stops.
Okay, and that's between at night, what is that
That's
night?
the
What are the definitions of
Civil
night?
sunset, or civil to civil twilight at.
So that is a definition of night, but is that the definition of night that FAA wants for the free takeoff and landings at night?
Does that, so it's sunrise.
Hour after sunset to an hour before sunrise for those landings. Civil evening twilight to civil morning twilight is when you can log nighttime. And then sunset to sunrise is when you need your position light on. So for those landings to count, you might take off, right? If you take off, let's just say sunset is at 7 o'clock, civil evening twilight's at 7:30, and then the hour after will be 8 o'clock. If you take off at 7:30, you might fly around for 30 minutes and be able to log nighttime for the entire 30 minutes. But if you take off and land before 8 p.m., you don't get to log any night landings. They have to be day landings. So be very specific with the definitions of night. There's 3 of them. Back to the front. So as a private pilot, that's what we're training for, what documents are you as the pilot required to have?
You're in the plane,
You as the pilot.
your photo ID, your pilot or private certificate, your medical and your logbook
Do you need your logbook?
for your random ramp check for your door cleanse.
Do you
Well,
need
it's assistant pilot, but no.
Yeah,
It's always
so
on you.
student pilot, you need it for cross countries, for solo flight, right? But for private pilot, you just need the medical, your pilot certificate, and ID. Now you mentioned photo ID, so can I use my college ID?
That's not a government issue.
It's government issued. Be very, when we answer these, be very specific, because the DP isn't gonna say, oh, I knew what he meant. Like he wants to hear government issued photo ID. Birth certificate, that's government issued, does that work? Cool. Vincent, so we talked about required documents for that the pilot needs to have. Talked about passenger carrying currency. What's another type of currency you need as a private pilot?
With the flying currency?
Okay, what's that called? How often is it? If you need assistance, you can phone a friend.
Proficiency. Oh, the biannual flight review?
Biannual flight review every 24 calendar months. And that'll consist of at least an hour ground, hour flight. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Talked about the pilot stuff. Now let's go into the aircraft. What do we need for the aircraft? What's the required documents?
Okay, so you need the weight and balance. You need the airworthiness certificate, and well, I mean, it doesn't need to be in plane.
What's our acronym we use? Make it easy for yourself.
Okay. Aero. So. Okay, airworthiness. Need registration.
Okay.
If you do the second R, you need a radio. And then the operating handbook.
Is it the operating
Or the
handbook?
operating POH.
Operating limitations, which is found in the POH.
Okay.
So it's going to be very specific.
And then weight and balance.
Ryan, we already talked about the required maintenance, so I'm not going to go into that, but what equipment does the aircraft need? You're going and flying VFR, so what's VFR, day and night equipment?
8 flames and flaps. Or 8 flames is for day and flaps is night. You want to follow it. A is your
You can use the whiteboard if needed.
A is your altimeter, T is your transponder. Your oil pressure gauge, your manifold pressure gauge, your airspeed, your tack, no,
Write it out.
Right. Your airspeed, your
Do we
transponder,
need a transponder?
It's a tachometer.
You don't need a transponder. You go fly in the middle of nowhere, you don't need it.
Need it, but it's something around here, probably should have it though.
Does the FAA say that's part of the required equipment in 91205?
It's there,
Are you sure?
just that,
It's not there. It's not, no,
okay, so you don't need that.
nope.
Your oil pressure gauge, your manifold pressure gauge. Your airspeed. Um,
Temperature gauge.
That's one of the T's, yep, temperature
temperature
gauge.
gauge, oil temperature gauge. Um. Fuel gauges, landing gear,
Well, landing gear is kind of the obvious one, right? You gotta have some sort of wheels.
your anti-collision lights,
But what is the L? It's not landing gear.
landing gear.
Position indicator, if forward retractable. It's,
Um.
Magnetic.
Oh yeah, your magnetic compass. We don't have a magnetic compass. We have a magnet. Something.
so say magnetic direction indicator.
Okay.
That
Magnetic
refers to
direction.
compass or HSI.
Okay. Um. Your ELT and your safety belts.
Okay, so what's the other T then? If it's not transponder, you already said temperature gauge,
Your tack.
tachometer.
And then that's for the day, and then night is flaps. That's your fuses. Those for landing lights. A is for anti-collision lights. P is for collision lights. S for safety belts.
Sure, sure it's safety belts.
Okay. So
Anybody on the panel want to help them out? Anybody on the panel floor want to help them out?
Source.
source of power.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was good. Just make sure you go into specifics. So temperature gauge per liquid cooled engine, manifold pressure gauge for each altitude engine, tachometer per engine. Just go into specifics with that. Okay. We'll kind of skip over paved checklist. We're running out of time. Vincent, so you're going up to do your first solo flight. Part of pre-flight is maybe adding fuel. How much fuel do you need to have to go fly? What is the VFR fuel requirements?
So for daytime is 30 minutes. Well, you have to have about 30 minutes extra fuel to just in case. And then for nighttime, it's 45 minutes of fuel.
What's your personal minimum?
I probably just carry like an hour with extra fuel because
I like that.
Play it on the safe side.
Yep, remember to be specific, departure to destination plus 30 minutes extra, or departure to destination plus 45. Okay, Owen. We're going up to fly. And one of the things we train for is power off and power on stalls, right? Actually, we'll get to that in a minute. How does the airplane stay in the air? So you're going up to fly. What are the aerodynamics between it lifting off the ground and staying in the air?
Like the Bernoulli's principle. Okay,
Tell
so
me.
basically, the airfoil is designed where it's flat on the bottom, curved on the top, so the air goes faster over the top than the bottom because it wants to meet in the same spot, And the fact that they're faster on top means that it's lower pressure. So the high pressure on the bottom relative to the low pressure on top pushes the wind up. And if you exceed the critical angle of attack, then the air on top no longer is laminated to the top of it, so the air is not eating each other at the same time. So there's no pressure difference, and that's when you stall.
Cool. So I know I kind of started off asking about stalls and I switched it up. Just be careful of that when you're answering a question, not to dig yourself a hole.
Okay.
So now we're gonna do what they do. Okay, now that you brought up stalls, what happens during an uncoordinated stall?
That's when you can enter.
Okay, and what happens during a spin?
So
What are the aerodynamics of the
in
spin?
a spin, both wings are stalled, but one is more stalled than the other. So you end up dropping the wing and going to the spiral.
Okay, what are the different phases of a spin?
I can explain it, I don't remember the names for each phase, but should I just explain it then?
I want to hear the names of each phase.
Names?
Ryan, what are the different stages of a spin? Vincent, what are the different stages of a spin? Boss, what are the different phases of a spin?
This was entry,
Entry,
incipient,
incipient,
developed,
developed,
recovery.
recovery. So 4 stages of a spin. Good. Back to Owen though, what is the recovery process for a spin?
Okay, so the recovery, first thing, power to idle, so you don't accelerate the spin. Then ailerons neutral, then opposite rudder, and then you have to release the back pressure. And on some planes, you have to give it forward pressure to break the stall and then pull up the.
Cool, good. I know I kind of picked on you, but I just want to show that's how easy it is for the DP just to pounce and, here you mentioned one thing that isn't necessarily related and they'll just go into it. Okay,
So Corey, basically, if you over-explain something, they're gonna just latch on.
yes,
Okay,
keep it
Not to work on that
simple
one.
and to the point. Okay. Ryan, what is wake turbulence?
You elaborate that question.
You are holding short of runway 27 right, and tower tells you 27 right, clear for takeoff, caution wake turbulence. What are you looking out for?
So there's a bigger, faster, heavier jet in front of us. And they're trying to word this that you taking on me.
How is wake turbulence created?
Your wingtip vortice,
Okay, and what's a wingtip vortice?
it's when it goes the spirals out the end of the wing because it wants to high pressure wants to go to low pressure and it keeps spiraling down. And that's the wake turbulence. It's not good for us because we're light, so it can have the chance to flip us.
Okay, what type of aircraft generate the most wingtip vortices or the strongest wingtip vortices?
Clean, heavy, and slow.
Okay, if a bigger, heavy, clean, slow aircraft takes off in front of us, and we're taking off after them, where should we lift off?
Before the rotation point, and we're not going to have better climb performance, so go off to the side to avoid it.
Okay, if we're on 27 right and the wind is coming from the right, will the upwind or downwind vortices stay over the runway longer?
The right one, whatever one that is.
That'd be the upwind one. So which direction should we offset?
To the right.
To the right. What's another thing we could do if tower tells us 27 right, clear for takeoff, caution wake turbulence,
Request to the right.
request delay? Will they maybe be upset? Yeah, but you're PIC, so. What if we're coming in and to land and we experience weight turbulence on short final, what could we do?
Could go around.
Go around. Good. Vincent, what's a go around procedure?
Flaps one, power, just. Continue the climb.
We immediately go flaps one before full power. What's gonna happen if we're flying along and we just bring the flaps all the way up? Aerodynamically, what's gonna happen?
You can't lift, so
You're gonna lose lift, right, and drop. And if you're on short final, potentially about to land, and you retract those flaps, what are you at risk of?
slamming into whatever is below.
Okay, so what is, Owen, what is the proper go around procedure?
So full power,
Full power.
flaps, flaps two. Then when you're climbing, you go more, you flaps up more, and then you also have to tell the tower you go.
Yeah, so you decide to go around, full power, start to climb out, flaps two. Once you have a positive rate, 65 knots, you're at VX, you could go flaps one. And then once you're positive rate, 72 knots VY, you could go flaps up. Treat it kind of like our climb checklist. When do we usually bring the flaps from flaps one to flaps up?
800 feet.
800 feet. Is it going to be 800 feet at every airport? No, so it's 400 feet AGL, 800 feet here. So try to treat a go around kind of like that. You full power, start the climb, flaps two, and then pause the rate, 65 knots, put you at about like 200 feet AGL. Flaps up, or sorry, flaps one, and then once you're at that 800 feet or 400 AGL, you can go flaps up. So try to treat it go around kind of like the recovery process from a power off stall. Keep like the sort of the same flow. Owen, you mentioned letting tower know. Is that a priority of letting tower to let tower know?
You first have to fly the plane.
So what's that little 3-word phrase we say?
Aviate, navigate, and communicate.
Yeah, fly the plane first, then worry about communicating. Okay, Ryan, what is VY? I want the like definition and the number.
DY is 72. It's to get the most altitude in the shortest time.
Yeah, so that's the best rate
Best rate
for
for
climb. What's VA?
the 91.
Mhm.
So our maneuver speed.
Okay, and if we're flying in turbulence, what speed do we want to fly at and why?
Is that VNL? No. That would be P.
VNO is only in smooth air. So if we're in turbulence, what speed do we want to fly at?
VA.
VA, yep, so 91 or less, why?
It's gonna be too bumpy.
It's gonna be bumpy regardless, you're flying in turbulence, right? It doesn't really matter what speed you're going, you're still gonna feel the bumps. But what does VA maneuvering speed allow us to do?
Have the most control.
No. Do either of you know?
Yeah. Is it the full deflection of one?
So it allows you to make one full deflection of the controls. And if you're in turbulence, what's gonna happen first before what we don't want to happen? So if you're flying in turbulence and the plane's going all over, the controls are deflecting, what are we trying to avoid? Structural damage. So if you're flying at or below maneuvering speed, what will happen before the structural damage occurs? Somebody said it. Stall. We'll stall the airplane before causing structural damage. And while we try to avoid stalls, we want that rather than the structural damage. So flying at or below maneuvering speed will allow us to do that. Vincent, what is VX?
65,
Okay, definition.
that's the best angle climb.
Best angle of climb, so that allows the most altitude in the shortest what? That's most altitude, the shortest distance. What is VR?
55. That's rotation speed.
Well, what is VSO? What'd you say?
40.
40,
Oh, I think it's 45.
40.
About 40.
What is the definition of that one?
The stalling speed.
We have two stall speeds though, right? So what is VSO? 40 knots.
So with like the flaps.
Landing configuration. And you could think of like the SO stall speed and then the O out. So we have like everything out. If we had a gear out, flaps out. What is VS or VS1? Owen?
That was the one I did not did ask. Well, okay, yes, it's stall speed. 45.
45, yeah. Stall speed and anything other than landing configuration. 45. So if you notice when you do power off stall versus power on stall, it'll stall roughly at 40 for the power off, roughly 45 for the power on. What is VNE?
Never exceed speed, which is 135.
Okay. VNO?
That's the. We really do VNO.
Somebody mentioned it, but it was not the right one.
Okay, VNO is the.
Maximum.
Oh, maximum
Not
cruise.
maximum. The normal structural cruising
Okay,
speed.
so that's the normal structural cruising speed, which is 125. Yeah, no 120.
120 in one place and 110 in the other. In the POH and checklist, it's different.
So which one's correct?
That's a good question. They both should be the same. I would personally go with the slower one just to be safe. You can only go at VNO and what type of air?
Smoother.
Smooth air. What is VFE, Ryan?
Flap extended, 85.
Cool. I think. Vincent, what's our best glide speed?
72.
What's the ratio? The glide ratio?
Every 1,000 feet we lose, we go about 4 miles.
The ratio is 10 to 1. So 10,000 feet horizontally per 1,000 feet of altitude loss, and that's roughly just under 2 miles per 1,000 feet.
So, 10,000 feet horizontally for every 1,000 feet you drop.
Yes. Yes, to kind of draw it into perspective. If we lose our engine here. So for that, from gliding here to here, we lose 1,000 feet by this point, so we're able to travel 10,000 feet from point to point. Okay, so we're out of time. Normally we have like an hour, which even then isn't a lot of time during a pre-solo phase check. So this is probably a little kind of all over the place. Usually there's like more of a flow when you have more time. But generally speaking, what they're gonna ask is like aerodynamics is a big one. You have to understand how the plane flies and then different like emergency situations, lost comms, lane light comes on, low oil pressure, engine failure, stuff like that. So good job to our panel.
You said aerodynamics the emergencies and,
Emergency scenarios, aerodynamics. Those are like the big ones, I would say, so like lost ponds, engine failure, lane light comes on, stuff like that. Once again, review the pre-solo phase check document. There's a lot of information in there that says it all needs to be covered. But in my personal opinion, with only an hour, the big things are emergency procedures and aerodynamics, stall recovery, spin recovery, how those occur. Because for your first solo flight, you're just gonna be in the pattern. So it's not too important that you know the other things. Because there's also gonna be human factors like the I'm safe. There's gonna be the airworthiness stuff, weather information, airspace stuff. So usually I try to cover everything, but put more emphasis on the emergencies and the aerodynamics. Cool. Great. Alrighty. Farewell, everyone.
Thanks, Corey.